Good morning, everyone. I hope that you're very well today. Today, we're going to come with a short session, online session, on a very important topic that is the pronunciation on the regular verbs in past. Yeah, remember that in past simple, verbs in English can be pronounced in three different forms. So, for example, here we have the verb tried, visited, and looked. Yeah? Pay attention one more time because we have three different forms of pronouncing. Tried, visited, and looked. In English, we pronounce the final ed that marks the past simple in three different forms. The first of them is like pronounced like an ed. It's pronounced as an extra syllable. The ed is pronounced. In what cases occurs that? That occurs, for example, with verbs ending in the letter E or in the letter D. For example, we have verb start and verb meet. So in the past, we're going to pronounce them as started and needed. Why as an extra syllable? Because verbs start and need end in the letters E or D. So remember, if your regular verb in past has the final ed and your regular verb has a final T or a final D before the ed, you are going to pronounce this as it. Started, needed. Okay, it's an extra syllable that you pronounce there. Now, there is another rule here that comes with the verbs that are have a final consonant that is a voiceless sound. What is a voiceless sound? Voiceless sound is something that doesn't produce any vibration in the throat. For example, if you produce the sound of the double S and you put your hands in your throat, yeah, on your throat, the sound of the S doesn't produce any vibration. So in this case, you are going to pronounce, let's say an example with the double S, the verb cross, double S ed, you're going to pronounce crossed. Notice that in this case, the ed is pronounced as a T, as a letter T, the sound of the letter T. Another example is the verb ask. So we're going to pronounce it asked. And the other verb is laugh. We're going to pronounce it laughed. So for all of these voiceless sounds, the ed in the past simple is going to be pronounced as a T. Okay? Asked, laughed. Finally, there is another one that we have here that is the vowel sound D, yeah, with any vowel sound, sorry, and with the consonants that also are voiced sounds. What is a voiced sound? The contrary, the opposite on the previous one, that they produce vibrations in your throat. So, what are them? For example, the letter L, if you put your hand on your throat, you're going to notice that when you produce the sound of the letter L, a vibration is produced in there. There's a vibration. Occurs the same with all of these letters and any vowel sound. Obviously, the vowel sounds also produce a vibration there in your throat. Here we have a couple of examples. Verb rain that produces the sound V. The finally D is pronounced as a V, the sound of the D, and verb play that is also pronounced as a D. So we have rain in the past, rained, and play in the past is played. Okay, so there we go. These are the three forms of pronouncing. Here you can do an activity, guys, a very easy activity to practice this. So, for example, let me just share here the screen with you. The idea is that in this Quizlet activity, you can practice all of them and then do some interesting activities to have fun while you learn. Yeah, so here we have this Quizlet in which you're going to have some flashcards to remember the pronunciation. So, for example, the verb open, that in the past is opened, you have that is pronounced as a D because it finishes in the letter A. We have another one, accept. In this case, as finishes in the letter T, the it is going to be pronounced id, accepted. And another one, for example, let me look for one that here, help, the verb help, that finishes in the letter P, that is a voiceless sound, is going to be a T, so helped. Okay, so you can practice with this Quizlet, guys. Is a very interesting way to learn. You have flashcards, and then you can play. You can play, for example, gravity, and in gravity, you're going to see some asteroids that are going to be falling, and you have to use the corresponding ending. In this case, it's a T. Yeah, what do you think? It's a T? Yes, it's a T. In this case, change. It's a T. Yeah, I suppose that it's a T. So you have to type here the D or the T. So the asteroid disappears and you get more points. If the asteroid falls, you're going to lose. So be careful with that. Okay, I hope that this short lesson has been interesting for you. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach me. Bye, yellow, see you around.